Thanks for joining me. This morning I'm at Sandy Camp Wetlands Reserve, just on the south side of Brisbane, around a 35 minutes drive from my place. The weather forecast said partly cloudy, and as you can see, it's not partly cloudy, it's just totally overcast. But you know what? I am still thankful that I'm able to get out and about this morning. Met a lovely lady here. We've been walking around for a bit, just talking about wildlife, about birds, and our passion, not just photographing birds, but just looking at them and just being grateful that we're out here and we're just admiring the birds around here. It doesn't matter that it's overcast. Yes, it would be better if we had beautiful sunshine, because the birds we photographed, they're a bit dull. There's no sun lighting on them. But look at this image here of this grey fantail. How lucky am I to be able to capture this grey fantail just after it took off this branch here. It's just wings outspread. And when I started looking around the tree where this grey fantail was flickering around, I noticed some wood swallows just all bunched up together, because that's how they sleep at night time. And it's still quite cool in the morning here. It's only about 18, 19 degrees. And they're all sort of bunched up together just to keep warm. The light isn't great, but still got some nice photos of them. Like, it's 8:30 now, maybe an hour and a half walking around here, enjoying seeing the wildlife that I see. I did see a forest kingfisher, but you know, these little kingfishers, they're so quick, like sacred kingfishers. I saw it on a little stump in the middle of the lagoon on the other side. I go like, oh, I was too high, so I decided just to drop my monopod down a little bit. Yes, you know the outcome. By the time I dropped my monopod, it was gone. I took a photo of it, and you can see it here. It's just so far away. The first photo here is I'm at 500 mils with the 1.4 teleconverter, so 700 mils in focal length in FX, and then I've gone into DX mode and shot it then. So it's just like cropping a third of it out. So I'm at close to 1,000 millimeters in focal length, and it's still so small in the frame. It was just so far. Doesn't worry me that it's so far. I'm just happy that I got a picture of this forest kingfisher. Let's just walk around and see what else is around. And the last time I was out, I was at Lake Eden. Lake Eden is a great place to take photos because it's only about 1.4 kilometer walk, all flat, not like here, although here's probably about the same, but here we've got open areas, we've got dark areas, and it's very uneven walk. So I don't bring my Fotopro E7 camo gimbal tripod out here because it's a little bit annoying. Lake Eden is very open, so I can just stay at one spot and the wildlife is just all around me. Here, I've got to walk around a lot. So I use my Fotopro X-Airfly monopod, got feet on there, it's very stable to take photos. I'm not taking any video this morning. My shakes are really bad, so it's just pointless. I've tried and it's just all over the place. You can see here, I was trying to videotape some Pacific black ducks and it's just pointless for me. But that's okay. I have to live with the shakes that I get sometimes. It's pretty bad at the moment, but that's what life deals you, you know. This Fotopro X-Airfly mono is very good. The feet are very stable. If I want the monopod to be moving around, I've got this little foot pedal here. I just put the foot down and look at that. It just swings around. And all I have to do is just push it back up and it just locks into place there. Now I've got a very steady platform. And if I wanted to shoot very low, I can unassemble all of this. At the top here, I just press a button. I've just got my fluid head here and I can put it just on the feet. Why would I have a fluid head if I'm just taking photos? The Z6 II isn't that crash hot in tracking birds too much. So as long as I just get a few photos of a bird taking off, I'm very happy at that. This fluid head is very stable. Even if a bird is swimming on the water around, I can just track it with this and it gives me a very stable platform. This is why I like using the X-Airfly mono when I'm walking a fair distance. In the next video, I'm going to share with you why sometimes I go out with the Fotopro E7 Camel gimbal tripod, and sometimes I just use my monopod. Because some people think that, oh, I like, well, you've got a tripod, you should use a tripod. Or why waste your time like lugging a tripod around when you can just use a monopod? There are reasons for this. And in my next video, that is what I'm going to share. So let's get going and we'll just see what else is around. Well, it's 10:05. I've been walking around, well, since about 7:45, something like that. It's been a very difficult morning. Very overcast. The sun's trying to come out, but there's not a lot of birds. And you can probably hear in my voice, I'm just about stuffed. Got the shakes a bit, walked quite a bit, but you know, it was still nice to come out here. I'm at the last lagoon here. I had a great time. I got to meet a couple of other bird photographers here. I was very happy using my Fotopro X-Airfly mono with the fluid head here. I did get some bird photos. After I finished my little talking head video at the start of the walk here, started walking and I'd arranged a taxi for my daughter. She rang me up and she said, "Dad, you know, I'm stuck. Taxi's not here." So it took me about 10 minutes to try to find out where the taxi was. He just said like he had a flat tire, so he had to reassign the drive to another taxi. I just got a bit frustrated, you know, as a dad thinking like, oh, this is interrupting my photography. And then I realized, hey, what's more important, my photography or my family life? Family comes first, you know. It was better organizing your daughter, make sure she gets to school, finish talking to her, get up, and what do I see? A kookaburra had landed only about 10 meters away, unbeknown to me, because I was just busy on the phone talking to her, a blessing in disguise. If I had kept walking, I wouldn't have gotten photos of that kookaburra. So a negative became a positive. So I go, look, well, okay, I'll take that. I kept walking around and I got a few other bird photos, but there wasn't many birds. And all of a sudden I saw this rufous fantail and I just focused on it. 3 great fantails mobbed it and it just chased it away. And they're like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You know, I don't see too many rufous fantails. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be one of those days, you know, like I have a saying and I tell my daughter, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So I go like, okay, it could be one of those days. So make the most of it. Whatever life throws at you, make the most of it. So I kept walking around and I was like this, just sitting on the side of a track thinking like, well, you know, I just need a break. I just need to take a breath because I'd been walking for a while. And there was this shrub just in front of me with some little red berries. I was just in a world of my own, you know, like just daydreaming. What lands in front of me? Mistletoe birds, a male and a female. The male kept hiding behind some leaves, but I got a couple of really nice photos of this female mistletoe bird. And I go like, look at that. I'm taking a break, not looking for birds, and the birds came to me. I got some photos and just kept walking around, met up with another photographer, but like I said, not many birds around here. Where I'm standing here, I got a couple of photos of a female flycatcher, but it was backlit. They're just average photos. But I tell people, it doesn't matter to me because I got photos of it. So I could still say, well, I got photos of grey fantails, I got photos of the mistletoe birds, I got photos of other birds here as well. I got photos of this flycatcher here, so I'm not going to complain. Got photos of some darters here as well. So all in all, I've had a fairly good day. At the end of the day, what is more important? Photographing a lot of birds or coming out, enjoying nature and saying, well, I got to be one with nature today. I know it's hard. Hard for me too, because I traveled nearly 40 minutes to get to this spot. I don't often come here. I think it's been over a year since I've come here. It's a fair slog for me to get here, but I've still had an enjoyable morning. Would have been better if the sun was out, if I got a lot of different types of birds. Yes, it would be. I'm not going to deny that. It would be, but it's not going to stop me from saying I've enjoyed myself. I've had a nice day. And if that's your philosophy, well, good on you. I'll wrap up today. You've seen that I used the Fotopro X-Airfly mono. I'll put a link in the description. If you don't know, I'm an ambassador for Fotopro. I do recommend their gear. And I'm also using the Fotopro Origin Plus travel tripod for my ZV-1 because it gives me that flexibility that I don't have to use my phone. So I use my ZV-1 and I get better video. I'll put a link in the description below of the Fotopro gear that I used today and also of their website because they sell heaps of photographic accessories. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time when I'm out and about.